Greens out there with some headline-grabbing policies today. They're actually calling these Robin Hood tax policies. So let's look at one of them. They're saying that excess profits in particular, in terms of supermarkets, that they're going to tax them. Is this sort of putting a nice populist spin and maybe something that attracts voters on what Labor's spoken about? You said supermarkets basically are gouging, and the Greens have got something to probably make people feel as though they're doing something more about it.
Yeah, look, it's almost like Adam Bansaw, Max Chandler, Martha are out there yesterday on the CFMEU podium and thought, I'll hold my beer, I can do one better, I can grab a headline even better than that. If the Greens want to support fairer taxation policies, then they should get behind our program around multinational taxation. They should get behind our program to make superannuation taxation more sustainable. There's some practical things they can do right here and right now if they want to do something about ensuring that we have got a fairer tax base in this country. They really are getting ahead of themselves, I've got to say, putting up programs about what they might do in a year or so's time. It's quite clear to us that there are three anti-Labor parties in this country. There's the Coalition, there's the National Party, and there's the Greens, and increasingly they're looking more and more like each other as they oppose sensible policies, whether they're economic policies, whether they're housing policies, whether they're industrial relations policies, whether it's from the extreme right or the extreme left. They're teaming up and opposing centrist policies that are being put forward by the Albanese Labor government.
Are you worried in particular on housing? Because the Greens have got a lot of policies out there on this. Labor's stuff is basically stuck in the Senate. And if you look at people out there, in particular renters, renting's got more expensive and more difficult while Labor's in power. So you can talk about policies you have, but how they are now compared to the start of the term is it's harder.
Yeah, look, I am worried about housing. I am worried that the policy that will get more houses built, more roofs over people's heads, and will bring housing price relief, whether you're a renter or a first home buyer, to the Australian people, is being opposed by political reasons, by the Greens on the far left, because they oppose housing everywhere except in their own electorates. So they support more housing, but when it comes to a practical proposal about what's going to get more houses built, they oppose that. And from the Coalition, who are just opposing everything that Labor does because that's their form, the left teaming up with the right to ensure that we're not getting a practical plan for more houses built in this country. Am I worried about that? You bet I am, because it's renters and it's first home buyers who are suffering.
Okay. Not quite how I asked it, but look, we're nearly out of time, so you can get away with that one. Let me ask you about Scam Awareness Week. I know this is something very much on your radar. So if you could get, every Australian to do one thing to stop scamming, one behavioural type, that they don't do enough, what would it be?
Oh, look, I know you want one. Can I give you three? Don't press those bloody blue links that you get on your SMS messages. Yep. Don't do that. Yep. Don't let somebody remote access into your computer, and don't give your information out to an unsolicited call, because that's what scammers do. All of these things are the tricks of the scammers. We're losing too much money, billions of dollars a year. If consumers do these things, all right, put together what we're doing as a government, we can bring that number down and bring it down significantly. Some
of those links, I'm not saying to click on them, but some of them are real. I've had to go through that myself before and call up the company. So there's another issue to deal with there with the companies. But anyway, another day. Stephen Jones, appreciate your time. Thank you.
Good to be with you.